Boris Geheniau, Fundament All Media TV, Real Estate Connect 2013 vanuit New York City. Samen met Michele Serro van Doorsteps. En we gaan het eens even hebben over Doorsteps en waarom dat iets is waarvan ik denk dat zou als de toekomst kunnen zijn. Hoe we huizen gaan verkopen en misschien zelfs nog veel meer. Hi Michele.
Hi there.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time talking to us.
Of course.
Doorsteps, why? What is it and why?
Why?
Yeah.
Doorsteps is a tool that helps people find, buy, and finance a home. I think the why, I think you hear this from a lot of startup founders that they went through an experience that was painful and it therefore inspired them to do it. That's sort of my story.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened at the time I bought and sold an apartment in New York City, which you could say is an extreme market, so the process is probably a little bit more rough, a little bit harder, but I think it inspired me to sort of say to myself there was a real opportunity to kind of take the process of buying a home kind of from start to finish and really kind of map it out for people. But not only just map it out, actually involve the key players in that space. And so at the time was buying and selling an apartment, felt like my agent was not bad, but the process still felt broken. So to me that said, wow, there was kind of like this fundamental sort of systemic problem that existed that a tool could really kind of help, and online is there 24 hours a day. At the same time, I was also working at a design firm called IDEO, an innovation and design firm. And so I think the combination of going through the experience myself and it being really painful, and working at IDEO where I really saw the value of design in the context of really complex problems, I sort of said, wow, there's a real opportunity to kind of use design, think about home buying as a journey, kind of really create an experience online for people from start to finish. And that's, whether they're looking to buy in 2 months or in 2 years. So I think we're trying to really sort of design the experience based upon where they are in the process.
Okay, so if I'm correct, Doorsteps take somebody who is orienting or family who's orienting on a new home, and they take them step by step by step by step. This is going to happen, that is going to happen. You got to know this, you got to turn in that, and that I think that's a great way because at least my experience with buying a house in the Netherlands is everything seems to come together at one point, and it's like this really big, complex thing. And actually, what you're doing with Doorsteps, you're mapping it out.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that probably the really great agents are doing this, but I think what we found was that they were sort of filling in gaps and holes for where products hadn't really done sort of a good job. And so we said, how can we actually help agents be better agents? How can we help buyers be better buyers? Because we believe fundamentally that a smarter buyer is a better buyer for everyone. And so what Doorsteps does is it's a tool, currently it's a tool for agents and buyers. And so it's a subscription-based product where agents can invite in as many buyers they want, $25 a month. And if they meet somebody at an open house and that person is looking for an agent or is in the market or they think they might want to buy in a couple of months, they say, you know what, I'm going to invite you into Doorsteps. This is a tool I use to kind of mimic the process that I do offline with you. And you can go in, you can learn, and you can do. And as you sort of are starting to fill out information and sort of seeing the process, I'm going to check out your profile. So I'm going to know where you are, and therefore I will know when I should bug you, or I should know when I should start.
These are the times to.
So I think it's about kind of helping design for differences and the fact that all buyers are different. A first-time home buyer is different than a seasoned buyer, than an investor, and so I think that even first-time home buyers vary in the way they want to be spoken to or dealt with. So I think that what we're trying to do is create kind of a system and a scalable product that allows people to adapt, based upon where that person is. We also, I just want to mention, we just released a version of the tool for buyers.
Yeah.
So that buyers, because we were getting some feedback that buyers actually wanted to engage with the process before they even talk to an agent or a vendor. So what we decided to do was let's give them an opportunity to kind of go through the tool, and then when they're ready, and if they so choose, we can help match them up.
Yeah,
but it's at the right time, and so there's sort of two doors into Doorsteps today.
Two front doors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because that was a question. Because when you say agents can give it to their prospects or their clients, I think that there might be a much bigger market where people orienting would like to really orient, get self-assured, and get comfortable with all the steps. Do you see? Because when I thought about Doorsteps, I don't think it's only for homes. You can insurances are something that is complex, but should be or mortgages should be how do you call it?
Linear,
linear process.
Yeah, I think you touched on something that we talk about a lot. Is that you abstract it out and say that buying a home is a journey. Yeah. There are multiple steps. Yeah. There are multiple people that are involved. Yep. There are things that need to happen. Yep. You could say that there are, buying a home, having a baby, sending a child to college, buying a car. And so I think what we were trying to do is we kind of tried to break it a little bit. Try to sort of, okay, can you buy a car through this type of, journey and way of thinking where you actually learn about something and do. I think that was something it's really kind of core to our DNA, is that we believe that while information is very helpful that's out there, if it's not in context and it doesn't have workflow attached to it, the ability for it to be processed properly, the likelihood is low. Because people just, if they're not ready to receive information, they probably won't hear it. Yeah. And so what we're trying to do is do something stage-based. And you could say that, there are lots of industries and experiences that have the same thing. Yeah. So yes. And
then, and what will your biggest challenges be now with Doorsteps? I mean, it's something new. It's I think it's something that is getting a lot of attention right now, because people are really looking into how can we service our customer much better. What are your challenges this coming year?
I think that the challenges that we've always faced is that we are trying to innovate in a market that doesn't have a lot of standardization. So the process of buying a home, I'm speaking in the U.S., there are some states that are escrow states versus non-escrow states. There are properties that are condos and co-ops and single-family homes. And all of those things have discrete nuances. And so it's not, one size fits all. No. And so I think that will continue to be something that a really meaty challenge for us to sort of say.
I can imagine.
I think our first attempt was to abstract the process out enough, whereas from start to finish someone could identify with it. I think the next stage is if we truly want people to live in this tool every single day and really read and do everything, we need to then take it to the next level and say, for instance, and this is kind of something we're playing around with, if we've said that buying a home, you can do that in 6 steps, I mean, those steps are multiple sub-steps. That if you are in the Netherlands, or if you're in New York City, you put in your postal code, zip code, the type of property, if it's a short sale, REO, and it will filter the steps that are appropriate for that geography as well as that property type and transaction type. Yeah. So that's a kind of a dream where you imagine our tool is like a deck of cards that you kind of pick the ones that you need, but they all fit very well together. Yeah. So that will continue to be a challenge, but I think it's possible. It's just we're forcing standardization, or we're trying to work around a standardization that doesn't exist today.
That's a big challenge, and especially because you have all these dependencies every step of the way.
Exactly.
That's a nice puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you very much for taking the time talking to us, and I wish you the most of luck and
Awesome.
success with Doorsteps. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hoi.
Thank you.